Josh Watts. I know you smelled it on me when I walked in here. I am from Livingston Parish. So I need to tell you right out of the gate, the number of teeth in this room have made me uncomfortable. You keep showing them to me and they're shiny. I don't like it. It seems aggressive, honestly. I don't know if you know that. This mic is catching how out of breath I am. I didn't realize how good I was going to be mic'd up. There's like 3 steps right there. There's so much marijuana at this comedy festival. When I got to the hotel, I was about to come into the room, and I stopped at the merch table right there, and I just asked the guy behind the table, hey, that free edible that they gave us, how much is it? And I looked up, and it's the sheriff. You know what I did? I went, get it? Comedian. And then I got out of there as fast as I fucking could. I mean, I'm 10 feet away from him, but maybe I could run. I'm from a little town in Livingston Parish called Denham Springs, Louisiana. If you haven't heard of it, you can Google it after the show. Spelled just like it sounds, DENKKKHAM Springs. When I do that joke, I did that joke in Denham, and a guy at the back of the bar yelled at me, "That's not how you spell it!" But my favorite, I got hired by the city of Pierrepont, Louisiana to perform at their Christmas tree lighting ceremony for the city. And it was the entire city. Have you ever been to Pierrepont? I had to show my passport twice. It's a whole different world down there. I hated it. When I got there, it was in a church, St. Joseph the Worker Hall. The entire city of Pierrepont was there. There was a priest in the front row. There was nuns there. I guess nuns. There was old ladies in sweaters. I just assumed. And I did that joke, the Denham KKK, and the entire city of Pierrepont booed the shit out of me. But they paid me for an hour. They got an hour. They hated every second of it, but they got that hour. I threw in 15 extra minutes out of the goodness of my heart. A couple of years ago, I was asked to perform in a talent show called Baton Rouge's Got Talent. I know you've all heard of it. You can hold your applause till the end. Comedians never win talent shows. I've done this long enough. I know that. It's always a magician or some asshole singing a country song. That's the way the world works. I get it. But they told me that they wouldn't let them leave until I was done. They promised me that people couldn't leave until I was done, so I was in. And look, I don't know a nice way to say it. This might shock you, but the city of Baton Rouge is not overflowing with talent. And your boy here made it to the finals. It came down to me and a country singer named Garrett, who I had been making fun of all night to a lady that was sitting in a recliner next to me, and I found out at the end of the night that it was his mom. She didn't say a goddamn thing. I talked shit about her son for like 4.5 hours right to her face. And she didn't say shit. That's what kind of son he is. My mom would have scratched my eyes out if I'd have done that. Let him talk shit in front of me. Woo! She didn't say nothing. Anyway, came down to me and Garrett, which is not good for me. Because I'm going to go tell 2 minutes of poop jokes. And he's going to sing a song. I know how this works. Everybody's mom is here. I get it. The MC came in. And he had a bag in his hand, and it was a Hobby Lobby bag. And he opened it up, and he pulled out a trophy from Hobby Lobby. $8.99. I know that because the price tag was still on it. I've avoided Hobby Lobby for 20 years of my life. I don't know what happens in Hobby Lobby. I've never been to one, never will. But the second he pulled that trophy out, everything in me changed. I'm leaving here with that trophy. Either I win it on stage or in the parking lot with bloody knuckles. One way or another, I'll never show my face to my son again if I don't bring that trophy home. So we get ready. Garrett's going to go first. He's the first finalist. And this son of a bitch baby oiled his arms before he went up. Do you know how mad that made me? He had a sleeveless American flag shirt on. You can sew a Wrangler patch on them, still jeggings. I know jeggings when I see them. I've got a wife. I know what they look like. So the MC comes out, and this is the introduction this non-biased, non-partial MC gives. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your first finalist of the evening? This handsome gentleman comes to you all the way from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where he is a hero firefighter and also donates his time for the children at the Children's Hospital as Santa Claus. Please give it up for your favorite country singer and mine, Garrett. What the fuck? 2 minutes of poop jokes. And then Garrett, that son of a bitch, went out there in his little jeggings and he sang that Toby Keith song about kicking a dog in a cage because of 9/11. Everybody's mom came immediately. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen. They had to mop the floors up. I called the MC over, though, and I was like, hey, come over here. I said, look, you kind of fucked me out there, but I have an ace up my sleeve. I don't use it often, but I am a disabled veteran. I've only used it once at the DMV. They gave me a license plate. I can just do whatever I want. Nobody stops me or anything. Mississippi cop pulled me over and lit my blunt for me. Not true. He called my pharmacy to check the prescription and still gave me a ticket. But I told him, I said, look, I'm a disabled veteran. And I feel like if you tell people that, that's like the fire dog from Paw Patrol against Captain America. I'll win on patriotism alone, obviously. And I said, so tell them that I'm a disabled veteran with the same energy you use for him. And he said, what? Because Garrett was playing very loudly. And I said, you tell them I'm a disabled veteran. You can say handicapped hero. Doesn't matter. Get it out there. And he gave me a thumbs up. And I just told you I'm from Livingston Parish, so I just gave him a thumbs. I didn't even know what it meant. Just boom, instantly, it's in my blood. I can't say no. Boom, thumbs up. But I was pretty sure they didn't mean the same thing. Garrett gets done. They mop the floors up. Everybody's mom calms down. It was horrible. I'm a Christian. I hated, ugh. And the MC comes out. He points to me and he comes out. And this is the introduction that he gives me. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your final finalist of the evening? This young gentleman comes to you all the way from Mandeville, Louisiana, to entertain you with his comedy stylings. And for some reason, he wanted me to tell you all that he's retarded. Please give it up for Josh Watts. And then I just started crying. I'm not proud of it. I just started crying. Do you know how bad? That's why you can't say that word anymore. Do you know how much it hurts to be called that in front of 400 people? Whoo! They were right, but it hurt. The accuracy, maybe, it stung. And I just started crying. And then, like, at the end of the Grinch, when all the Who's realized Christmas spirit was in their heart all along and they joined hands and sing, people in the crowd just started clapping for me. I didn't say a word. They just started clapping. They stood up and they applauded me. I lost. But I'll tell you this right now. I've done this for 17 years now. Right. And what I've learned over those 17 years working on these jokes and this material and these stories that you tell all over the country is whether people laugh at them because they're funny or because they pity you, it fills the same hole in my heart. So it felt great when they applauded me. And it turns out I learned a valuable lesson. Never judge a book by its cover. Because Garrett, remember that asshole from earlier in the jeggings, was an actual hero. Because at the end of the night, when he saw how upset I was about not winning the trophy, he did give it to me. Because he left his truck unlocked in the parking lot. Who's retarded now, Garrett? Thank you very much. My name is Josh Watts. Give it up for your host, Mr. Andrew Polk.
Oh, yeah, Josh Watts. Keep it going.